will go by the time we are done. Okay, so here we go. We are in Swiss Park, just opposite Lords. It's so much more comfortable. I told Gargi, let's not do when all of these people who are inebriated, having had their drinks all day, they'll come up and jump in front of the live and start screaming. Inside it was going
Also
on.
the internet problem.
Yes, I mean in the afternoon when we were trying to do our live, that internet was a bit of an issue. Shared day, England's day, India's day, 55-45 England, maybe.
If England had what's the
259 for 4, 251 for 4.
251 for 4. So
Maybe
if
slightly England, slightly,
slightly
very
England,
slightly.
60-40?
Not even that, 55-45. Yeah,
55-45.
because one more wicket and it would have been India.
Absolutely, and I think if let's say England had gotten 60-70 runs more, then I would have said England's day.
Of course.
But right now it's a shared day. It's 55-45 like we're talking about. But quite an interesting day and how it all played out. We saw Ben Stokes winning the toss once again, 3 out of 3 tosses for Ben Stokes and choosing to bat first. So clearly, ego took a backseat. And you saw that in the way that England batters approached this game as well.
Correct.
You did not see any rash shots. Yes, Zach Crawley, and in that opening partnership, in that first session, you saw that Ben Duckett and Zach Crawley went for some audacious shots, but it was clear that they were doing it to release some pressure because a lot of pressure had been built at that point. Even in the second innings, if I'm not wrong, the second session, if I'm not wrong, there was a time when you had about 27 to 28 deliveries.
Yeah, 4 overs.
4 overs dot.
Which has not happened under baseball.
Exactly. And you thought, at that time I was thinking there needs to be a wicket. There needs to be a wicket because if there's no wicket, then it's gone in vain. And that's exactly what happened. Unfortunately, you could not pick a wicket at that point because so much pressure had been built and they were clearly trying to release some pressure. It did not happen. There were some chances there. I think Jadeja was bowling by that point. But anyway, it's been a shared session. You can't have any complaints with the Indian bowling lineup. They've been very, very disciplined throughout the day. You did not see any wayward bowling. There will obviously be some loose deliveries, but it wasn't as if there were bad spells.
No.
There were no bad spells at all. Akashdeep was good. In fact, the fast bowlers, the pace attack was very, very good in the first session.
Siraj 14 overs for 40 odd, which is very disciplined. Jasprit Bumrah obviously very disciplined. Akash did concede a few runs, but some loose balls down leg stump and all of that. But overall, for 83 odd overs, 250.
First time at Lords?
Yes, Akashdeep's first time at Lords to get adjusted to the slope, etc., is always challenging. Rishabh Pant update. From what we know, he has not gone for scans or anything like that. From what we know, people were asking hairline, is there a fracture? Nothing like that has been told yet. Did Rishabh go for scans? No. So he was in the stadium. Being looked after by the BCCI medical team. If that is the case, there is every reason to believe Pant should be fine. Is there an update, an official update? No. The official update from the BCCI, which was given about an hour and a half back, was that Rishabh Pant got hit in the index finger and he was nursing that injury. He was being assessed by the BCCI medical team. At one point, immediately about a couple of hours after lunch, one thought that he might just go for scans. We were debating that in the press box, but nothing like that has happened yet. The moment the press conference is done, we will get you more because the two of us have come for the live. We will obviously get you more, whoever comes for that press conference, that is there any further update on Rishabh Pant. But we would have known. Had he gone for scans and had there been something, by now we would have known because the BCCI media team would have put out a medical bulletin as far as Rishabh Pant is concerned.
Even if they didn't, when you're at the press box or when you're covering from on ground, you find out. That's the case. That's exactly what happened when Jasprit Bumrah also at Sydney went off to get some scans. You actually saw it happening right in front of you because the dressing room was right there. Now you can't see, but you would have found. We would have known.
And there would have been an official bulletin put out by now. We checked a couple of times, so it's not as if we did not check. We checked with Anand a couple of times. There's nothing. Check in the BCCI group.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
Yeah. So here's the I'll check the BCCI group. I'll check the BCCI group. So here's the BCCI group. Nothing yet. So that last update was as 4:12, like I said, 2 hours back. That Rishabh Pant receiving treatment at the moment under the supervision of the BCCI medical team. So that's the
That's
update
all.
for Rishabh. Nothing in terms of hairline or fracture or anything like that. Hopefully nothing like that has happened, and Rishabh should be fine. That's what I was told, by the way. That's what I was told, that it's nothing too
Nothing
serious,
to worry about.
and he
I
should be
think
fine.
it must have been a really, really bad sprain because
No, I mean left index finger. So
yeah.
he it could have been an injury, but there's no fracture. As long as there's no fracture or
Yeah,
anything
I
like
mean,
that, he should be fine.
muscle sprains are also just as bad. When
okay,
your
I
muscle
mean-
gets hit too hard, your finger swells so to such a size that it's very, very uncomfortable to keeping at that point. And it was quite evident that Rishabh Pant was having a difficult time. He was struggling. He was very uncomfortable. First, he had the physio come in and tape his gloves. Oh, that did not work, and then Dhruv Jurel obviously went out and did some
I thought it
warm
is
up
a
and
sensible
came in.
call. I
Yeah,
think
it
it's very
was.
sensible call. You have
Absolutely.
this option. You have a decent wicketkeeper batter who's sitting out there in Dhruv Jurel. You get him in, and that's what it is. I mean, and it was a very, very sensible call
Yeah.
call from India.
Otherwise-
Jurel better keeper than Pant. There's nothing to suggest that. Nothing to suggest that he's a better keeper than Pant. Pant has been, except the first, you might say that Harry Brook catch in Leeds. I don't think Pant has been bad at all behind the stumps. To Bumrah, for example, multiple times he had to dive full length and he managed it well. So I don't think Pant is a bad keeper.
The net
Yeah, go.
internet's actually pretty good.
It's good now. I told you, Swiss Park is much
Perfectly
better.
clear.
Yeah, exactly.
Very
Sachin
good.
and I used to do all our shows from inside Swiss Park. And that is precisely why, because that area.
Tell us about what
The
happened.
Sachin?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great, yeah. I mean, should we digress and tell the Sachin story first? The Swapnil is saying crystal clear. Okay,
Yeah.
so Sachin was sitting in the Ravi Shastri suite.
Okay.
Sachin was sitting in the Ravi Shastri suite when actually Bhavisha went and told him. Bhavisha manages some of Sachin's work. So Bhavisha went and told him that Boria is wanting to meet because today is a very special day, and he's wanting to meet. So Lords in the shop, they are selling these Sachin posters. The portrait that was unveiled today, that is being sold. So they have a Sachin notebook, they have a Sachin poster, they have a Swapnil, you have some of the photographs also. If you want what
Play.
Rohit Juglan is putting
Yeah,
out
that's what I'm saying.
photo. Check karo agar Rishabh Pant ka hai kuch. So Rishabh Pant ka kuch hai kya?
Let me see. No, it's just from before, from when he was being treated on the field.
Okay. So then they are selling that Sachin notebook, then they are selling a Sachin magnet, a Sachin poster. So I went and
Sachin day.
It was a Sachin day, and interestingly, Gargi actually, I mean, Bhavisha came and gave me that video of Sachin at Lords and what happened in the morning. By the way, he was here at 7:30.
Wow.
Yeah, he was here at 8 o'clock, 7:45, 8 o'clock. The ceremony happened at 8. The unveiling and all of that happened at 8, and then they had breakfast. So he was here at 8 o'clock. The ceremony happened at 8:30. Then they had breakfast in the tavern and that area that next to the tavern,
Oh,
that
beautiful.
Thomas Lord Suite and that area. So once they had breakfast, and then around 10:30 he was taken into the long room and they went and kind of clicked a few photos, and then at 10:55 he went and rang the bell, which marked the start of the test match. Anjali was also here with Sachin. In fact, Rishi Sunak was there when I went in. Rishi Sunak was there, and Ravi Shastri was there, and Brett Lee was there, and there were a number of Indian dignitaries who were all there, at that point. In fact, niche kaun tha? Mere saath kaun mila? Oh, Arun Dhumal was there. Arun Dhumal was there, who I met and had a chat with. A lot of BCCI people. But so Sachin, he was with Brett and Ravi and people. So Bhavisha went and said that I had come and wanted to meet, and so he said, get him up. So I went to the suite. He comes out. He gives me a hug. I give him a hug, and then I said, sign kariye. So he said, yes, for sure. So then and by this time, Shubhan is standing like this. It was interesting that Shubhan is standing exactly like this. So I told Shubhan what happened. Shubhan, believe you me, actually started crying.
He did?
He was crying.
Wow.
Shubhan got so emotional. Shubhan was crying. And he was standing like this. So Sachin signed my poster and personalized it to me and signed Boria. And then he's telling me like this. He's saying, Bolo na. I said, what? He said, Bolo personalize kore sign kore dite. So So he said it'll be, I'll frame it and put it up in my house. Can you personalize it and sign it for me?
Treasure it forever.
And I told Sachin, I said, can you sign it for him personalized? So he says name. So I said Shubhayan. He said spelling. So I then told Sachin the spelling, and Sachin signs it. By that time, Shubhayan is indicating to Bhavisha that go the other side and start taking photos. Exactly. So कि उधर जाओ. मैंने उसको बोला क्या बोल रहा है? So Bhavisha is telling me, sir, आप नहीं समझोगे. So I said, मैं हट जाता हूँ, तू आजा सामने. So then he came, he took his photos. So I said, and then
I didn't
Sachin
see
was,
them.
You haven't seen Shubhan's
No,
photos?
I haven't.
He sent me 35 photos.
Has he not posted them yet?
No, see what he's doing is he's holding his own. He's put the rest of the ones in the group. The 35 photos that he put. So here are the 35 that he sent me. यहाँ से आप देखो.
35 that he sent me.
ये देखो. So here ये उसने
He will
भेजा.
probably, let the day come to an
ये
end.
देखो. ये these 35 pictures.
Oh, there he is.
हाँ, so this is but उसके साथ अलग से फोटो ऐसे होल्ड करके फोटो है. So I told Sachin hold it because he will treasure it. So exactly like this. So exactly जैसे ये फोटो है ना.
हाँ, वैसा
Folks,
शुभान का
ये
भी
आप
है.
देख लीजिए. So this is exactly the photograph that Sachin took with me. The similar one with Shubhan. So he was standing like that. So we took that. Sachin posed photos, all that got done.
That's so nice.
He was very sweet. He was extremely sweet. And I kept telling, because he was getting a little jittery, Shubhayan. I kept telling him, यार वो मेरे सामने आ जाएगा तो तेरा फोटो मैं करा दूंगा. Don't worry. But उसको आने दे. Because otherwise it's difficult for me to go there. Because he's sitting in the chairman's suite. And it's not fair. It's not fair to just barge in like that.
Yeah.
But if he comes in front of me, he will never say no. I guarantee you. So he did all of that. He posed and, photo ho gaya. I told him, so sign wine to ho gaya, ab chal. He's telling me no. I said, what happened? He said, वो एक passageway था जहाँ से आप gallery में जा सकते. So he said, जाके पहले check कर लेते हैं. And he stands there. He starts looking at it. He says, I can stand in Kalyani municipal election. इसके basis में मैं जीत जाऊँ. So he got genuinely emotional seeing, what he was.
You can tell in those pictures.
And then he was really emotional. He kept thanking me.
That's beautiful.
Aapne din bana diya. I said, yeah, I mean, these are little. See, it happens to now. Sachin is a friend. But when I met Sachin for the first time, when I was given the contract to write his autobiography, as I said to you, Gargi, this is exactly where we would come every day. This is the park where he and I would come and record our book sessions. So we would go inside because if you see, यहाँ तो फिर भी लोग देख लेंगे आपको, right? हम लोग अंदर चले जाते थे, कोई disturb नहीं करता था. हम लोग दोनों बैठते थे, and we would spend 3, 4, 5 hours.
And you know how chill the crowd is about players and all here. I mean, they don't really have to, when they go out, they don't really have to worry about their safety or worry about being mobbed or something like that.
No, it would be May, June.
Yeah.
He'd walk from his house and come here.
And see, we've
that's
seen
it.
that happen multiple times. I mean, even see, in the ground, there is no distinction of the media place and the crowd. So once you leave the media center or once you go down from that lift, you are actually entering the stands or the outside of the stands, and this is where all the ex-players or former cricketers who are working with broadcast or are commentating, reporting, whatever, they also walk in through or mingle around with the normal crowd, and they don't have to worry about anything.
No.
There will obviously be a few people who will occasionally ask for pictures, and they oblige with that. But nothing of the sort where they have to worry about their own safety. Now, that never happens here. And I think that must be such a relief, especially for Indian cricketers.
It's special because it is so much more easier to navigate.
Talking about special, another special man today, Sunil Gavaskar's birthday.
Talk about it. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to fulfill his wish. So Sunny Bhai comes to me. So he comes to me and he says, "Yaar, problem तुम्हारे साथ है." I said, "Sunny Bhai, problem क्या problem है?" ये देखो पागल लोग.
Some guy has actually rooted out
the water fountain.
Uprooted the water fountain and is spraying his friends with it.
पागल लोग हैं यार ये लोग.
So yes, Sunil Gavaskar.
So Sunil Gavaskar comes and tells me कि ये problem तुम्हारे साथ है. I said क्या हो गया Sunny Bhai? He said Bengalis यार तुम लोग इतना अच्छा मिठाई खाते हो और मुझे दे देते हो तो मैं भी खा लेता हूँ. तो आज मुझे केक नहीं खाना है. I said Sunny Bhai, happy birthday cake. He said केक नहीं खाना है, बंगाली मिठाई लेके आओ. I said, Sunny Bhai, Lords में बंगाली मिठाई कहाँ से लाएं? He said, no, तुमको तो पता है London, you know like the back of your hand. Now you get me Bengali mithai. Let me see if I can get him Bengali mithai for tomorrow.
I think
because we have to try and get him Bengali mithai.
Now I'll also have to get him a gift because.
तुमसे भी तो मांगा है. क्या बोला तुम? He's superstar.
So he was just having his lunch, and we built a little relationship throughout the matches that we've done, and
he's a sweetheart.
He is. He's very, very sweet, and you initially think that when you meet these legends, there's this little thing in your brain where you think maybe they'll be very uptight and you won't be able to go up and talk to him, but then you actually spend some time with them and realize that they're just like us, and they're all just having fun, enjoying their time. Anyway, he was having lunch, and I saw him, and I couldn't find him since the morning. I wanted to wish him, so I went up and I said, "Happy birthday!" And I told him in Marathi, "Khub khub shubhkamnaye tumcha वाढदिवसाची." And he was very happy, and he was like, "Come here, where is my gift?" I said, "I don't have anything," and the only thing I had in my hand was the dessert that they were serving, and I had just gotten some for myself, and I said, "This?" And then he was like, "Wait." Then he took his fork, had some of it. I was like, "Thank you."
He's an absolute sweetheart.
Now I think I'll have to get him a gift. I don't know what you get a Sunil Gavaskar for his birthday gift. He probably has everything.
I'll get him the Bengali sweet wap jaake de dena.
I have no clue. Maybe I should just. He fed me some real good chuda in Birmingham, because us Marathis, we need our snacks. One, Sunandan Lele sir always has some sort of Marathi.
वो तो लेके आता है.
हाँ, वो लेके आता है हमेशा. उन्होंने मुझे ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी भाकरवड़ी और ये सब खिलाया था, and I was missing it so much. And you know what he does? He secretly keeps it in his bag.
Yeah, and he doesn't give it to everybody.
Karki, come here. Have some. Don't take it out. Put your hand in my bag and then have some and then leave. Don't tell anybody. So it's funny. But Sunil Gavaskar, Sunny ji also fed me some real good chuda in Edgbaston, and I'm very thankful for the little.
But Sachin was very sweet. Sachin today was very, and by the way, let me finish the Sachin story. And this is what you guys will love, by the way. There are some super chats also which we have to take.
We will take them, yes.
So I then said, "Did you believe this?"
Huh.
And he says, "What?" I said, "Did you believe the day you started playing cricket that your photograph would be unveiled at Lord's, and you are unveiling, your own photograph, you're there ringing the bell. It's the Anderson Tendulkar trophy."
Yeah.
And he says to me, "You know the line?" And I'm like, "What line?" He says, "You know the line." I says, "Yeah, I know the line. I know what's coming, but I want to hear it from you. Say it." And he says, "Dreams do come true." That's his line. And Sachin Tendulkar, you're an absolute rock star.
And you know what?
Absolute rock star.
I
Dreams do come true.
Sachin Tendulkar is Sachin Tendulkar now, but imagine a 12-year-old Sachin Tendulkar. Would he have even thought that he would rule the world of cricket at one point?
That's exactly what it's all about.
Yeah.
Sachin Tendulkar, and one of my most precious friendships is this one. As his biographer, having lived that life, 4 years, to sort of write that book. If you're writing somebody's autobiography, then you be that person. You've got to get into that person's life and then write. And since then, the friendship has only evolved. As I've told you, his house is here. We used to come to his house, and every time we must get back to the game. Every time there would be him and me, and trust me, he would do the dishes. He would insist. We would have tea together. He would make tea, and he would insist. "You want to eat something? No, yes, okay, we have." He would do the dishes. That's Sachin Tendulkar. Humility, modesty, friendship, and as I said, Swiss Park and Regent's Park were our two places where we would go every day. Phenomenal. Take the super chats.
Before we get to that, one passing note on the Lord's dessert spread.
How many times did I say this to you?
The most elaborate spread of desserts that
But you
I
also
had
have to
ever
comment.
seen.
I have been extremely disciplined and did not indulge my Bengali palate.
You know what I did?
I could have had all.
I wish I
It
had
was 10
taken.
years
I
back?
have pictures, but it's on this phone, or I would have sent it to.
Did you have
Softmail.
anything?
So I'll tell you what I did. I had the dinner.
Dinner?
The lunch. I had the lunch, and they had some sweets with the lunch as well, which were tiny sweets. I ate one of that, two of those, because there were two options. So I tried both of them. They looked delicious. And then during tea time, they had about one, two, three, four, five, six types of cakes, scones, different types of spreads for the scones, and obviously the good coffee that you
Did
have.
you try
and
the clotted cream or not?
no, I did not.
Arey, come on.
I had one bite from Rohan's plate,
Nah,
but that's all.
Nah. Tomorrow you have to try the scones with the clotted cream.
No, but you know what I did? I restrained myself like a soldier for 15 minutes, and then I went back out and I said, I can't do this anymore. And I took one cube of every single dessert.
Oh, not
and
bad.
I ate it.
Not bad. That's a real
very smart.
That's Gargi at her best. I was a very good boy today. I did not have my dessert. I just had one scone with my little bit of clotted cream because that's English tradition. You come to Lord's, you've got to have clotted cream and scones.
I thought this is,
it's part of it.
There's never going to be a first day at Lord's again for me.
Yeah,
I might as well indulge.
Of course you
so
should.
I indulged.
Of course you should. 100% you should. Let's take the
Okay,
questions.
finally.
Ashish Punna. Slow day that witnessed disciplined bowling and smart batting.
Yes.
The Lord's pitch is very interesting. This match is going to be one heck of a game. By the way, you guys skipped super chats in the pre-toss live, did we? Apologies. Just send. I mean,
Sorry, we must have missed it.
very apologies, Ashish Punna. We should have taken it, but just send it now. No, just send the question now, Ashish.
Don't pay the super chat. Just send your questions.
Send the questions. We'll take that. But yes, this is one interesting wicket because there is a little bit of movement, not exaggerated movement. I think the second new ball is critical for India tomorrow morning. Absolutely critical for India tomorrow morning to knock off both Root and Stokes. Stokes hasn't really looked his fluent best. Multiple opportunities, even against a Washington Sundar, Ravindra Jadeja. I think multiple opportunities there. I think the second new ball will do the trick for India. It's hugely critical because you've not let England run away. So England will also know that they'll have to beat, sort of get India out twice. The wicket, one or two Jadeja balls on day one kind of jumped and kicked. Now that's something that I have to keep in mind, or we have to watch. Will there be footmarks and scruffed up patches created at Lord's on day 3, day 4? ये विकेट खुल जाएगा कि नहीं, ये हमें देखना पड़ेगा. अगर विकेट खुल जाता है तो वो इशू बन सकता है इंडिया के लिए.
I think is likely because of the sun.
Possible है. Because बहुत ज़्यादा है, and अगर विकेट खुल जाता है तो Shoaib Bashir will also come into play.
Yeah.
Indentations will happen. Somebody like a Jofra जो hit the deck करेंगे और बाकी bowlers up and down, so it becomes difficult to bat. But it could well be a first innings game. India will want to use the second new ball. The bowlers were very disciplined, did not let England run away, and that is the plus point for India. But as I said, the first hour with the second new ball. Why only the first hour? First hour and a half, first session tomorrow morning with that second new ball, which will be 23 overs old now. So the whole of the first two hours will be hugely important for India. और दो super chat था, जल्दी से ले लो तो फिर भूल जाएंगे.
Nomad Tibet. Not picking Kuldeep will hurt second and Not picking Kuldeep will hurt second and third day.
So basically the English second innings में not picking Kuldeep might hurt is what he's saying. But against a Jofra Archer, you wanted a Washington Sundar as your backup batter because you want to bat deep, especially when England has won the toss and is batting and could well put a solid total on the board. India will also have to bat very strong in the first innings, put a total on the board and make it count. That is critical for India. So first innings will be absolutely critical, and I reckon this is a good first innings batting deck. So day 1, day 2, day 3, it will stay good for batting. 4 and 5 mein khul sakta hai. So first innings will be massively important. Weather won't change. I don't think it will be a bad batting deck on days 2 and 3 either.
Weber was saying finally Gargi surrendered her fitness goals in front of Lord's deserts.
Lord's में क्या कर सकती है यार? उसको करने दो.
Okay, Gill captain of ODI.
I think ये तो हमने दो महीना पहले से बोल रहा हूँ that all format captain वो बन सकते हैं at one point. अभी तो सूर्या T20 देख रहे हैं, but गिल ODI कैप्टन बनने का चांसेस बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग है. ये तो मैं 2 महीने से अपने शोज में बोल रहा हूँ. अरे उसने भेज दिया है. So राज को बोलो, hey Raj, you are watching. Raj, you know my house. So you better bring that Bengali sweets for Sunil Gavaskar and give it to me tomorrow, Raj. I know you're watching the show because that's why you messaged me. Bengali sweets and coffee shop. So it is your job now, Raj, to get me that Bengali sweets for Sunil Gavaskar. You've sent me photograph of Roshomalai and you've sent me photograph of Pantua. This is not Gulab Jamun. This is Pantua and this is Roshomalai. Raj, if you're listening to it, ask us a question in the comment section or message me that are you getting it for Mr. Gavaskar or not, because I've got to tell him and give it to him in the press box. This is what I love about friends like Raj. Thank you very much, my friend. But बाकी सवाल ले लेते हैं कुछ.
Okay.
As Gargi takes questions, I was quite impressed with India's discipline today.
Happy belated. अरे मेरा birthday था ही नहीं, guys.
अरे इसका बर्थडे 15 अगस्त है, ये इंडिपेंडेंस डे बच्ची है. इसको इंडिपेंडेंस डे में विश करो. हाँ, वो no, Trisha's birthday on the 8th of July,
yes.
Amit's birthday on the 6th of July, and this one's birthday on the 15th of August.
Everyone has started again. Happy birthday.
अरे नहीं बाबा, it's Mr. Gavaskar's birthday, not Gargi's birthday. It's Mr. Gavaskar's birthday today. And we were wishing Mr. Gavaskar a very happy birthday. Gargi's birthday is on the 15th of August.
Pokiri is asking, how do you feel about Reddy's bowling? Very
impressive.
Exactly
very
what
impressive.
you expected out of him.
The best part is, look the length. It was not short. He pushed the length up.
Yes.
He allowed the ball to move. He let the ball swing. And then he just, that ball of Zach Crawley was a peach. Fell, moved, gone. Joe Root multiple times beaten in the Nitish Reddy first spell. Kept it tight. I think he bowled what? 14 overs?
Oh, yeah.
That's the maximum that you can expect somebody like a Nitish Reddy to bowl in a day. Very tight.
And to think that everyone was saying 6 overs ही डाल रहा है, क्या मतलब है नीतीश कुमार रेड्डी का टीम में, this and that. We also have to remember as fans that you can't be that short-sighted. You cannot,
एक मैच एक इनिंग्स इसको निकाल दो, उसको बाहर कर दो, ऐसे नहीं होता.
It doesn't happen like that. Now, we also know that you saw some wholesome changes after that first test match, but it worked in your favor, and you now realize why those changes were made. But at the same time, if you're basing, one innings does not make or break any player. If you see one phenomenal performance,
always gives a second chance.
If you see a phenomenal performance, does not mean that player is the best player in the world. If you see any bad performances, that also does not mean that they're the worst player in the world. You have to be very neutral. And more than anything else, what makes great or the greatest of players is consistency. If you see consistency or consistently brilliant performances, that's what makes legends, and that's what makes someone like a Sunil Gavaskar or a Sachin Tendulkar.
Sunil Gavaskar and Sachin Tendulkar are two of the greatest यार. उतना तो छोड़ दो आप, but कोई भी player के बारे में अगर आप बात कर रहे हो तो थोड़ा सा समय दीजिए, थोड़ा सा time दीजिए. These are young guys, and he bowled his heart out. By the way, he's worked really hard in the nets. Nitish Kumar Reddy has worked very hard in the nets. Give him that little time so that he can. And today, 14 overs. The two spinners, Ravindra Jadeja 10 overs, Washington Sundar 10 overs on day one. So it was disciplined India. 3 runs and over. When have you last seen baseball type England score at 3 and over? Tell me. At no point did England run away with the game, and I thought credit to India.
Absolutely. Rajesh Subramanian is saying England is playing well. They are playing proper test cricket, but some people are not understanding that and trolling them. That trolling is happening because they were arrogant first. But again, they're just playing conventional test cricket. They have reined back in a little bit. They are on the not on the back foot, but they've changed their template. They're in control. They are playing very controlled cricket, and that's what you expect. Look at Lords, and after what happened at Edgbaston, you expected to see a change. If they did not make that change, then that would be very stupid.
That is the point. I mean, if they would have been continued to be arrogant, then England would have really made that mistake. I thought they were sensible. I thought they played really good cricket. I thought Stokes buckled down. Root beautiful. 99 not out. Again on the cusp of a Lord's 100, Joe Root. That's what you expect from a Joe Root. Did the job for England and has given them the platform from where a Jamie Smith. What happened?
Nothing. It's me only texting.
Okay. So Jamie Smith will come after this. They've got batting still. They've got a Chris Smokes and others there. So England definitely will want at least a couple of 100 runs tomorrow. 450, 500 total is what England will need. The first innings on a good batting deck to really push India. They are on course.
Okay. Web of Taragi saying the most dangerous man could be Stokes tomorrow. If he crosses 50, he might take the game away. To take him in the first half an hour.
Yeah, you've got to take wickets with the new ball. And I think, by the way, I do think India will take wickets with the new ball, because multiple times today India came close. India came real close. Keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on this water fountain.
Uh-oh.
Keep an eye on this water fountain.
We should wrap up in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, please. Please. Kya ho gaya?
Are we stuck or is your internet stuck?
Must be mine.
Okay, Nitish Kumar Reddy has come out for the press conference.
Shopnil, can you tell us if we are stuck or not? I don't think we are.
No, I think it's your internet.
Because I'm on my India data, no?
That's why. All good.
Yeah, I'm actually on my India data, that's why.
Now we won't be able to take the comments. Because my also India data is not working very well. I've been trying to open YouTube on this, but it's not. I'm not getting much signal.
यहाँ पे side में देख सकते हो क्या?
हाँ, बिल्कुल. Final couple of comments. Gill, captain of ODS, or Rohit is retiring?
No, nobody has heard yet about Rohit retiring.
Okay, England not playing. Fitmonk is saying, England not playing baseball. Nitish took wickets. Gargi ma'am having desserts. Miracles do happen.
And अरे यार इसमें add करो, Boria not having dessert. That is as important. That is the biggest miracle. Me not having desserts. Come on. I mean, that is the biggest miracle. Gargi to फिर भी once in a while blue moon तो she तो खा लेती है. But me not have, and that too with that spread. There was a lemon cake, there was a vegan chocolate cake, there was a chocolate mousse kind of dessert.
Everything.
There was that multiple.
Carrot cakes.
There was a carrot cake. There was lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
Vegan chocolate cake.
And me not having any of that, just having half a scone with a little bit of clotted cream.
You
just
do not
because
have half a spoon, please.
नहीं फेंक दिया dry लग रहा था.
Achha.
So
but
I not having dessert today. In fact,
I think I've had about 4,000 calories today.
देवाशीष is telling me, मैं जाके वो lunch वाला जो chocolate cake था, उसने फटाफट मार दिया.
Okay, final comment?
Yes.
Okay, Devdeep
can you quickly check? I will bring it to you tomorrow. So Sunny Bhai will have his Bengali sweets. Raj, you're a rock star, my friend. You are an absolute rock star. You tell me when you are getting it. Gargi or I, one of the two of us will come out of Lords and take it from you and take it back to Mr. Gavaskar and say, this is from you, Raj. And we'll take a photograph of yours and go and give it to Mr. Gavaskar and we'll celebrate that on the show. But Raj, don't be naughty. When you're getting it from Mr. Gavaskar, do get Rasmalai for me also. Huh? That is far more important. So you must get it for me also. Get me the Rasmalai, the Bengali Rasmalai. We can't miss it. And I'll give it to Sunny Bhai, but have it myself as well.
Okay, Devdeep Sarkar, seeing the turn Jadeja got from this wicket and will also have in the upcoming days, it will be a more trickier wicket with a bit of movement for new ball. Root and NKR had their days today.
Correct. Eventually there will be turn. And I hope India has a good first innings. Otherwise, it might become a problem. The first innings will be very critical for India. If England gets 450 odd, to score big in the first innings, be in the game. And then in the second, it can, because the runs haven't come fast. So there will be that element. The time element will also come into this match. So it's a first innings game. Let's see what happens. Massive first session tomorrow morning with that second new ball. 3 overs old. Jasprit Bumrah will come hard again. Akashdeep should be more disciplined. Mohammad Siraj bowled with a lot of tight lines. Get a Ben Stokes and one more. And all of a sudden, once it's 6 down, you're into that tail. A Jofra Archer and these guys aren't really scary. So 2 more wickets tomorrow morning and India is in business. On that note,
we will take your leave. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back very, very soon. Thank you.